Hello everybody, Mark, aka the Nerdy Punk, back again today for a new video. Cheers everybody. Trying to stay hydrated today with the water. We have, at least in the Midwest, United States, I don't know about other parts of the country, but we have been dealing with a heat wave the past few days, past week or so. It's been brutal. So you may hear some noise in the background. I've got fan going, I've got AC going, I've got all that stuff. Got a hair in my eye. So apologize about the noise. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but it's been brutal out there. Well into the 90s, which is, you know, relatively normal for summer, but it's brutal. I hate it, and I do not have central air, so yeah, it's been rough. Anyway, today I'm going to show you 7 titles that I have picked up from the Criterion collection, an update of sorts to my Criterion collection. I did a video on this a few months ago, I believe, and I figured I'd show you everything I've picked up since I filmed that video, so it's been the last few months that I picked this up. Criterion, I believe they had some sort of sale recently where they had like a 30% off sale, which is not, you know, terrible. It's still more expensive than a standard Blu-ray at 30% off, because these retail, the 1-disc versions and some of the 2-disc versions retail at $40. So anytime you get a discount, it's going to make it more reasonable, but it is still expensive. But these are premium sets from the Criterion collection, premium releases. Packaging is fantastic. The extras they include are fantastic, so it's well worth the money, but they are expensive. But Criterion is also having a 50% off sale, which brings the price down to $20. They do that with Barnes & Noble twice a year. So once in July, which is coming up next month, and then once in November. And I started my Criterion collection last November, really like started it in full. And so I'm looking forward to the sale in July, making a list of things that I want to pick up. And maybe, you know, going through some of my stuff, you guys can find some things that you might want to pick up with the Barnes & Noble sale next month. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that today, and then when we get to July, I'll film at least 1, maybe 2 videos regarding the Criterion collection sale at Barnes & Noble. I'm going to try to get to a physical location for a Barnes & Noble this July, as well as doing some ordering online. But I'm going to try to make a trip of some kind. I either have to go to Evansville, Indiana, or maybe Champaign, Illinois. It's really hard because there's no Barnes & Noble within like an hour of me. I have to drive at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. But it would be worth it to check out the sale in person. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling on and I'm going to start talking about the titles that I picked up. I don't know, I think I've only seen 1 of these so far. So I've bought them, some of them I've unwrapped, some of them I haven't, but I haven't had the chance to watch them yet, but obviously looking forward to watching them. The first one here is Memories of Murder. This is a Bong Joon-ho release. This is spine number 1073, so a very recent release from the Criterion collection. I think this came out in April of this year. This is from 2003, 131 minutes in color, in Korean with English subtitles. So Bong Joon-ho, you know, he got worldwide attention for his film Parasite a couple years ago. I loved that film, and I've wanted to see more of his work. And I figure anything that comes out in the Criterion collection that's Bong Joon-ho is probably going to be good. So I'm excited to check this out. Plot sounds interesting too. It's about a murder, and there's these detectives who are following the case. Yeah, I'm not going to read you everything, but there is a synopsis there, and I don't know with the glare if you could even read it. So, but I have opened this one up, so I'll show you the packaging. It comes with 2 discs. There's a booklet with every Criterion release. So that's another, you know, packaging is fantastic on these. This one's a fold-out booklet with some pictures on the back. There's an essay written for every film in the Criterion collection, so those are awesome to kind of read through while you're watching the film or after you've watched the film. Yeah, So even their standard releases that come in these clear Blu-ray cases, fantastic packaging, even on the standard ones. And then their digipacks are awesome. Okay, next one here. I'm really looking forward to this. This is Valley of the Dolls, spine number 835. It's from 1967, 123 minutes in color, in English, obviously. This is just a classic film. I've been wanting to watch more older films. I know 1967 is not that old, but it is, you know, in context to my life and the films that I normally watch, which are, you know, released, generally speaking, in the last 20 years or so. So this is kind of an older film for me. The plot sounds amazing. I can't wait to check it out. This has Sharon Tate in it. This was one of her biggest roles before she was murdered. So I'm really interested in watching this. And then Criterion has also put out the sequel to this, which I've heard is just like over the top hilarious. Actually written by Roger Ebert, believe it or not, the famous film critic. So I want to pick that one up too and check that one out. Here's a look at the packaging. This is just a single disc release with a nice booklet in there. These next two are both by the same filmmaker. So first up here we have Vivre Sauvi. I'm going to say that that's how it's pronounced. I'm not French. I don't speak French, so sorry if I butchered that, but that's my best attempt at that pronunciation. These next two films are both by Jean-Luc Godard, and I've been wanting to check him out. I've heard amazing things about his work. Heard that he's one of the greatest directors of all time, so I've been wanting to watch him. I've watched this movie, and this one, I gotta be honest, I wasn't thrilled with it. I found it very, very unusual, and not just because it's black and white and French, but I found it hard to get into, you know, slightly boring, but I feel like this is a movie that I need to give a second chance, and I think multiple viewings will benefit with this. This film I actually picked up on eBay for, I think, like 15 bucks. It was a really good deal for Criterion, so I went ahead and scooped it up knowing little to nothing about it. This is spine number 512 from 1962. It's 83 minutes, black and white, in French with English subtitles. And then the other one I got by Godard is Breathless. Now, Breathless is his classic movie. Like, this is what many people consider the best movie by Godard. So I'm excited to watch it and see what I think of it. Spine number 408 from 1960. 90 minutes in black and white and in French with English subtitles as well. This is a cool digipack. Very cool, colorful packaging on this. Like I said, their packaging is fantastic. They have booklet here, a really thick booklet this time. Like, look at that. That's wild. So, anyway, awesome packaging on this one. And like I said, many people consider this to be one of the best films of all time, so I am definitely needing to check this one out. And I want to give that other one another chance as well. Okay, next one up here is The Brood. So I have the next two also by the same filmmaker. This is David Cronenberg. Now, if you watched my first Criterion video, I do have one of Cronenberg's other films that is in the Criterion Collection, Videodrome. Videodrome, ever since I watched it for the first time last December, it has shot its way up my favorite films of all time list. That film is so good. Like, every time I watch it, it gets better. So I'm really excited to check out more Cronenberg. This movie looks fucked up, and I like fucked up movies. So I expect a lot of shocking imagery, as you see normally with Cronenberg. This is spine number 777 from 1979, 92 minutes in color and in English. There's the disc. The booklet is kind of this poster looking thing, which is interesting. So there's a poster on one side, essay on the other. And then this next one, another Cronenberg one. Most of Cronenberg's movies are in the Criterion Collection. This one is Crash. I haven't seen this, but this is, from my understanding, very different from the rest of Cronenberg's catalog. Different cinematography, different, feel to it. It's more of, from what I hear, again, I could be completely wrong, but from what I hear, it's more of a drama than, a horror movie. So I'm interested to see what this is all about. This won some Oscars, if I'm not mistaken, back in the day. This was actually released the year I was born, 1996. So that's kind of cool. 100 minutes in color and in English, and this is spine number 1059. So this is another recent release from the Criterion Collection. Another cool poster style booklet. And then the last one. The last one is the first film in my collection from this particular director. It's a director that I want to get more into. I want to watch more of his stuff because I've heard just crazy things about it. And that is Mulholland Drive by David Lynch, of course. David Lynch, everything I've heard about him makes him seem like I'm going to love him. Very experimental, very weird, very different, and I enjoy those kinds of things in my movies. So, like I said, I need to check out David Lynch. The only things that David Lynch has done that I've seen before is Twin Peaks. I saw the first season and a half. I think I stopped somewhere in season 2 on Twin Peaks when it was on Netflix. I need to go back and watch that series all the way through and then watch the new episodes that David Lynch put out. But I did really enjoy that show. It did kind of lose my attention in season 2, but it was very strange, it was very out there, and I watched that show knowing little to nothing about it, so I expected a straightforward detective drama. It's not. It's David Lynch. It's weird. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out first. I have some other David Lynch films on my list for pickups in July for the Criterion sale that I would like to buy. So, but Mulholland Drive is going to be my first, hopefully, feature film David Lynch experience. This is spine number 779, and it is from 2001, 146 minutes in color and in English, and I'll go ahead and show you this digipack. There is on this one a little bit of artwork on the inside of the case. You can't really see that, but there's some artwork in there, which is kind of cool. And then you open up the digipack. Whoa, booklet's falling out, but you got those pictures. Another really thick booklet, and then the disc there, and you fold it out to a picture. So very, very cool digipack packaging. And then the thick book for Mulholland Drive. Yeah, so I'm trying to find the picture, but oh well. There's some pictures. Nice long essay about the film. Okay, so those are my pickups from the Criterion Collection as of recently. I need to sit down and watch some of those, but I'm very much looking forward to the July sale with Barnes & Noble. Looking forward to picking up some more. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you're familiar with the Criterion Collection, if you are planning on participating in the 50% off sale next month. Let me know some of the titles that you're looking to score. My big goal for this sale is to pick up the Ingmar Bergman box set, which is, I think it's normally like $250, something like that, $300, somewhere in that range. And of course, everything is 50% off, including box sets. So that it's a great time to pick up any box sets that you're looking for from the Criterion Collection. They have a Federico Fellini box set. They have a Godzilla box set, which is pretty cool. So, but I'm going to try to limit myself to the one, because I can go crazy. As you can tell, I'll go crazy with the Blu-rays. I have tons. This is not, by any means, all of my collection. Which actually brings me to one more point, and then I'm going to get out of here. I have been reorganizing the collection some, and I've been, putting the movie room together. So I do plan on doing a movie room tour for 2021. I did one of these videos last year, But sometime in the coming weeks, I plan on filming that, so definitely stay tuned for that on the channel if you're interested. I'll show you the entire movie room as opposed to just the normal backdrop that you see with the videos. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you all have an amazing weekend. See you later.